So a couple of years ago, probably 2 years ago now, I had a very, I don't know what you call it, traumatic experience with my daughter. We'd been having but we'd been having difficulties with her for a good 18 months, and she'd come up to teenage age, thinking normal teenager, but things were a bit escalated. She became very physically violent with me. We'd been seeking help from various doctors, social services, things like that, but just before Christmas, Christmas 2013, things came to a head, and she attacked me quite severely. When she went back to school after the Christmas, she hadn't lived with us the whole time. She made accusations to social services when they went to interview her about the situation that had happened, because we'd informed social services at the time of the attack, but she turned it round and made lots of other allegations about me, so ended up she was taken into care, and it was a real shock because I didn't expect things to escalate so much, and I found myself having essentially a breakdown, and I didn't want to live. I felt, it hurt. The whole situation hurt so much, and I found myself not actually wanting to be here. I did attempt to take my life. And I can honestly say that I didn't feel at the time there was anything worth living for. The overriding thing was, when I really was at my lowest, I found that it was my dogs. I've got 3 dogs, Hungarian Vizslas: Ruby, who's 7, Scarlet, who's 5, and Dixie, who's 3. It was the way they reacted to me at the time, just really, I suddenly realised I had a purpose, and I suddenly realised that they needed me. I thought that it would be Ruby that would be the one that would be closest to me at that time, but actually it was the one that's the most, how can I say, hyperactive, energetic, scatty, typical Vizsla, full of energy, and not the calmest of the 3 at all. She was the one that she just would not leave my side. She became physically attached to me, and she seemed to be able to predict. So I find it strange to say this, but be able to predict when I was at my lowest. And around a couple of, say, 3 months later, I experienced, through the stress, a mild heart attack. And I remember the onset of this. Scarlet became very insistent that she was by me, and she seemed to be able to pick up something was happening, physically happening to me. Every time my heart was going into atrial fibrillation, she was with me. She wouldn't leave me, and she was really insistent, and I really feel that she could pick up something before it was about to happen. Throughout the whole process, it's been the dogs, it's been the way they reacted to me that's helped me through this. They've been my therapy when I felt so miserable and down and tearful and what's it all worth, and I look at them and the looks on their faces, and it's them that see me through. And sorry, I'm getting emotional, but to be able to just to pick up their leads and go off for a walk and see them enjoying life and the fun that they have, it brings me so much pleasure, and that's been my therapy that's helped me get through what's essentially a period of grief. I still don't have my daughter. We still don't have our daughter living with us. She'll never live with us because it's been established that she does have a mental illness, and for our safety and possibly hers, she won't live with us. I can honestly say without them I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't. No. Something that another human being necessarily can't give us. They give us the companionship. I just feel that I'm not. Actually, I feel I'm not alone. I feel I haven't been alone in this process because I've had the girls